Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Today, I wanted to talk about something real that happened to me yesterday. That it is how to deal with pressure. Yesterday, I didn't remember if I said in the last video, but I had a physical experimental 2 exam and was a practice exam. So we had only 15 minutes to do the experiment that we had already done in class. And however, in that moment, I just, like when I went to exam, I just couldn't do it calmly. It was a bad situation that happened to me because I was so nervous to do it, and there is some things that make me even more nervous. Firstly, I was the last one to do the exam, so there was anyone else in the class besides me, so it was only me and the teacher. In the start of the practice, I asked the teacher a little question, and he just said, "Read on the paper." Like I think I get nervous because of that, like that that thinking of don't getting 100% if I had to do one thing, So I just was a little lost. I didn't know what to do, and I knew the experiments. That's the worst part because I knew because I studied, so I knew what I had to do. However, in that moment, I just couldn't do it calmly. I read the test, reread, and I was nervous. I felt the pressure, guys. And that's a horrible sensation because I read the exam, I read all the data that I had to collect, and I was thinking, what I have to do now. So I literally lost 3 minutes just thinking, and I didn't know what to do. So, no, man, guys, it was something horrible that I probably is going to feel again some moment of my life, but I have to learn how to deal with it because I really get nervous and I felt the pressure from the time, from the teacher, from everything because that test uh, it is 40% of the grade, so I just got really nervous. And when you get nervous, everything gets harder. It is something inevitably. And I get anxious. I didn't perform well. I wasn't unable to focus on doing the experiment. I'm going to say what I like. I did all the things I had to do, but I didn't do it by the way that I wanted. Like I didn't understand some things. I just didn't perform well. I was unable to make the calculus, to recheck, to make a organization of the test. I literally make a mistake that was that in the start of the experiment, I asked teacher if I had to weight something. And he said that was for me reading on the paper. So I make all the data without weighting. Um, Without putting the weight. So I didn't know the how much weight the support. And guys, this influence on everything. Sorry, because I noticed that without the weight of the support, the percentage of the mistakes was more than 30%. So I noticed, man, I had to weight the support. So I literally just had 5 minutes to do it. I ran to the balance. I don't know if it is by this way. I'm going to research here. Uh, but I literally run into the balance and I um I wait the support. So I come back to my table. I make all the calculations again, and I didn't know if my calculations was right, and I forget to put on scale the gram to kilogram, and I guess that was my biggest mistake because wasn't able to do that, so I probably lost half of the grade of the test. So this is just a dumb attitude for me, like from be for committing that specifically mistake. And I did that because I feel the pressure, guys. This is the truth, you know. I feel the pressure about everything. I get nervous. I wasn't able to control myself to focus on the thing, and mainly because of the time, you know. It was only a little of time. If I managed to like, if I had be able to manage my time, I would be able to do it calmly, and I would be able to perform well. But that was not the case what happened yesterday. So this made me think about something, that it is how we can do better with pressure, because I noticed that it's something that I don't do well, and pressure is always going to exist. At least for me, for an engineer, you know, in everywhere, in exams, in college, in life. So the first thing I realize is getting nervous doesn't help. Like yesterday, in the moment I get nervous, I try to calm down, but I just wasn't able to do it, you know? And it's something that just don't change the situation. It just makes things worse because you get anxious, you don't think rationally, you know, you don't think well. And one thing that you really have to try to do, don't even if take 5 6 minutes, it is breathing and calming down. If I had done that, I really think that I would make all the calculations right in the first time. I wouldn't have to come back in the weight and wait the to come back on the balance to wait the support, and even if it's a hard moment, you're in a hard moment of the exam, you have to actually try to breathe during the exam, during some moments that you're bad, during a moment that you just can't think, you know. Try to calm down, because do things when you're anxious or whatsoever, and just isn't going to work. You probably is going to make the wrong thing. And for me, yesterday it didn't work well. I tried to breathe, but I just didn't have so much time to do it. So I focused on just doing the calculus, on doing the thing, and I just wasn't able to think well, and all the mistakes I already said for all of you. And I really think that we just learn how to deal with pressure with time. Almost everything we just learn with time. And it's kind of a skill. And like any skill, you need to practice. You improve by being in those situations of pressure, about committing mistakes like me yesterday, and trying again. After that terrible test, I think about it all the day. Literally all the day I stay thinking about it, and all mistakes I committed, about don't thinking, about don't reading the exam properly, about don't getting calmly. And even though it didn't went so well, the exam, I learned something from it, you know. And now I'm going to try again. I'm going to maybe remake the exam, and the next time I know that I will be more prepared mentally to this, for the pressure. And yeah, guys, if you already go through something like that, don't give up after one bad moment. After yesterday, I learned that I didn't deal well with pressure. So I'm going to improve that, you know. Failure is part of the process. And every time you try again, you get stronger and you are going to know how to deal better with that. Anyway, guys, that's today's video. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.